About me. My name is Shweta Sinha and I am a third year student at University of Delhi. I am pursuing history honors and hereby on Instagram I have a page named at the rate UPSC Sedulous Aspirant, which also suggests that I am also a UPSC aspirant. So the idea or the part of the books that interest me a lot, the genre of the book that interests me a lot is that political friction or contemporary issues, the book that has contemporary issues, non-fiction book, biographies about political leaders. These are the kind of genre that interests me a lot. So in the past few months I have read many political genre books and contemporary which has contemporary issues, but the book that stayed with me was this book India After Gandhi, which I read few months ago. And this is a mirror image so you cannot see, but this book only discusses from independence till 2004 or something. So I wanted to know more, especially about the contemporary issues. I wanted to know what is going on. So I came across this book by Sanjay Jha, which I'm going to review today. The name is The Great Unraveling After India After 2014. So the background of the book is that it talks about what were the political changes or economic changes that came into being after BJP was elected. So this is what interested me a lot. The blurb of the book interested me a lot, where he wants to talk about what were the changes that happened in India after BJP came to power. So first of all, I'll give you a little bit of introduction about the author. The book has been written by Sanjay Jha in year 2020, and he is a former national spokesperson of Indian National Congress Party and ex-president of All Indian Professional Congress. He is executive director Dale Carn. Sorry, I don't know the pronunciation. I might be wrong here. Carnage. Jha is also a columnist and author. This is his third book. This in the Great Unraveling is his third book, and he lives in Mumbai with his wife and two daughters. So um, let me read. Let me tell you about the contents also, so you might get interested into what the review will be all about. The first chapter is Hindutva, the real agenda. The second is Narendra Modi, one horse race. The third is institutions grasping for breath. The fourth is economy, a season of blunders. And fifth is the media of hate. And the last one is Congress, a time for renewal. So when you start reading this book, like it was only few days ago, like I am a UPSC aspirant, as I mentioned of my page, from my page UPSC Sedulous Aspirant. So I'm a UPSC aspirant, so I have to read newspaper daily, and recently there was an article which talked about how adults in India or any person in India cannot be completely apolitical because of the issues, because our democracy is meant in a way that it affects every person, and the reach of Indian democracy and Indian politics is in our day-to-day life. So this book comes into great importance when we talk about contemporary issues, because issues of contemporary India always excites me, and I am sure people out there also will agree that recent events is also very exciting when it's debatable. And that's what got me through this book, when an insider, who is Sanjay Jha, who is a former spokesperson of Congress, when an insider from the system put forward issues and data together sometimes, but sometimes he was also a little bit biased in this book, but he's an insider who has put information in this book, and thus it was very interesting to read. The journey from 2014 has been well summarized and critically analyzed in this book. Like I mentioned, the chapters from Hindutva, Narendra Modi, economic blunders, as he calls it, but economic progress that BJP made. And at times, the data that was given in this book felt like the data was very partial, because when we talk about any political issue, I believe in the fact that every political decision or every political issue has two sides. You cannot be completely biased towards anyone, and when the author does that, it is very wrong in his side when he wants to portray the book as something very against a completely different idea. So um, this book, the author blames BJP, and he blames BJP and banishes all the efforts of BJP. It is not that I support completely, but he banishes everything what the BJP has done, and efforts to its downfall, which is so inappropriate, because there are many readers who might get influenced and completely hate. The thing that I liked most about this book was that he doesn't deny the fact that Congress lacks oppositional ability. When we talk about democracy and when we talk about better functioning of government, the ruling party is very essential, but also the opposition is important, because it is only when the opposition has oppositional abilities that if a bill is put forward or idea is put forward, they can participate or they can reject the idea. So he questions whether the party can go beyond the easy fallback of Gandhi family charisma and embrace transformational changes, which is very much required. If you follow the news, you might know that it is very much required for Congress to have some transformational changes. I think I would have liked this book better if it was not so partial and some impartial data was put forward in a fair minded way. So, whether you agree or disagree to the book, I think everybody should read it, because it might be partial, but it is up to you to how critically analyze the things that are given in this book. So it depends on a particular person how he takes the idea or the concepts that are given to him and how he analyzes it properly. So uh, there is, as the book begins, let me talk more about this book other than political ideas and political theories. As the book begins, there is this famous quote by Nelson Mandela, which I absolutely loved, and I would like to just read it out to you all. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can also be taught to love. For love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. This was a great start, and I would like to appreciate the author on this. And when we talk about the cover of the book, you can see it is the famous statue where Gandhiji is leading. And if you see, I don't think you can see properly, but if you see this, the title, you will notice the font of the title, which is written the great, and unraveling. In unraveling, the words that has been shown, it it is a bit cracking. So while seeing the front page or this, you can see what the idea the author wanted to put in, and then at the back there are reviews by famous people, like Amrita Singh has written that a sad book about India is made sadder still by the lack of an effectively creative movement. I hope Sanjay Jha's response call for progressive political change helps to generate a much needed response. We need a response. And when we talk about all the things that has been going on, this book comes very handy, and the language is so lucid, like any beginner could just pick it up if he wants to know the political changes that has come after 2014, after BJP got elected. They can just pick this up. This is not a heavy read because it is only of 250 pages, 254 pages. The acknowledgement ends over there, and then there are notes, which I liked it a lot, because when he has presented an idea, he has given a note beside it where to support his argument, to support if there is a judgment that he's doing. He has presented evidence, but although the evidence might be twisted in the way he wanted it to, but he has presented evidence, and we should praise the author for this. And this was his third book, as we see, so the writing style is also very um, not fast paced, if I say, but in the non fiction category, when we analyze this book as a non fictitious category, I think it is outstanding, and I would recommend you all to read it, even though this might be a little bit biased, or somewhat very much biased, but to agree or disagree, reading about contemporary issues is very nice. So I think that was all I had to say about this book, because I think I'll be reading it again and again to know the developments that BJP brought in, and how the Congress was opposed by it, sometimes with no sense. And that's why Sanjay Jha also wanted Congress to take transformational changes, which is very nice. Being a part of an institution and going against it, trying to reform it, is very difficult when you talk about a historical organization. And that's why maybe he was banished from the organ, not banished exactly, I don't know exact words, so I'll just leave it a blank space. But he is a former congressman because of his outspoken ability, because he wanted to transform. And that's what happens in India when you want to transform a very medieval, or not medieval exactly, but some ways, if you want to transform some ways. So I think that was it. And there are a few incidents where lines where which just cracked me up. So it is uh, a very informative read, but also some satirical events are given, like the fable of chai pe charcha wala thing. When he talks about Narendra Modi, there is a chapter dedicated to Narendra Modi, and he talks about chai pe charcha, or how the background about it. So it was very interesting for me to read. Very interesting. Uh, the last thing I want to read out to you all is a little paragraph which is written in the front of the book. If you get it, you must get it, because I think you'll enjoy it. Since May 2014, under a resurgent Bharatiya Janata Party, it appears that the Nehruian, read liberal, secular, scientific idea of India has come utterly undone. Institutions of governance that had weathered great turbulence in the past seem to be disintegrating. The economy, once the celebrated Indian story, is in shambles due to self-inflicted blows. Large section of media genuflect in cringy worthy surrender to the ruling dispension. 200 million Indians are being repeatedly reminded about their irrelevance in the new political narrative. Meanwhile, the grand old party of India founders on unfamiliar territory, trapped in its past and unsure about its future. I guess this paragraph completely consolidates what is in this book, and it is very informative. It was particularly a nice read for me, and that's why I wanted to review it on this page. And thanks to my secret bookshelf to give me such an opportunity. And I think I'll end it here. And if you want if you want to know more about me, you can follow me on my page also, UPSC Sedulous Aspirant. And at last, I would just like to thank my secret bookshelf for choosing me to be their month March reviewer. And I hope I see you all soon, and I get another opportunity to review a book. Thank you. Bye.